We're gonna sit in here and talk for a couple seconds. We're gonna allow everybody to get in here.
I was about to say it's not like a real mic check. It's not like we have topics or anything to cover. But I mean, Hawks back today, little preseason. That feels good.
I will say the Hawks B team played against the Heat today.
Right.
And the Heat played all their starters except for Hero. Right? They didn't look bad. And when I say they, I mean the Hawks B team. Asa Newell looks like Jalen Johnson in terms of he's better than advertised. He probably going to go down to the G League just to get some time. But I mean, he plays. He's pretty good, man. He's good, and we got a lot of shot blockers all of a sudden. We ain't have too many before. We had one, well, two, but now we got like five. Allegedly.
Well, there was a reinforcement on size. You know how Trey hasn't been extended, so they went out and did everything they could to get people who could shoot. Specifically, Nickeil Alexander-Walker and Luke Kennard, who I found out over time is one of the greatest shooters in NBA history. And then everything else is height. So we're building this team around Trey to really give him every reason to be successful in a weak East. I'm excited about the height. You know, I think that it's tricky for a guy like Asa Newell, who probably will play a little bit more G League, just because you want to see what you got out of Muhammad Gay, because he's so athletic and so kind of green. And I think they want to play adults early. They want to play people who understand what winning is about, because I think that starting out the season, doing our work early will do us a big favor.
Yes. And from what I saw,
a lot of promise on this team, though.
From what I saw, Trey has been sharing it. Now, I've been fooled before, so I ain't gonna be fooled again. I said he could play off the ball with DeJounte, and we look good, and we did that for one half of one game. I went back and looked. We did that for one half of one game, and that was that. So
exactly.
But I mean, he is sharing the ball. It seems like with all of these players on the team, that they are playing. The ball is popping more, not a lot of stoppage, and Trey is being a facilitator. If Trey could play like Steve Nash, and I know that's hard to say because he's a Hall of Famer, but 18 and 12 is what I'm talking about. If he can get 18 and 12, we're a dangerous team, because there's so many shooters, so many finishers at the rim, and we now have two or three people that can create their own shot. So,
yeah, I mean, to varying degrees. I mean, definitely Kristaps, definitely Trey, not really as much Jalen.
You don't think Jalen created his own shot? I do.
Not really. He's still kind of dependent on a two-man game.
I think really Ricochet can come into his own.
I would like to see him. I really like to see him like lean into that sniper role. And I guess Klay Thompson is who I'm thinking about, because that's who I will ideally want him to be. Don't need a ton of dribbling to get it done, but can shoot when open consistently and then play defense. I know that's a lot to ask on a guy that's that tall, because if that guy is what if he's Klay Thompson at that height, then
I mean, do you mean the role of Klay Thompson?
Yes, the prototype.
Klay Thompson what I'm saying, second greatest shooter of all time.
Yes, but what I'm saying is, if you can be a consistent 3-point shooter and at the same time be 6'10" I mean, yeah, that really, and to be and I'm not asking him to be an all-world defender. I'm asking him to be relatively as good as DeAndre Hunter.
Yeah, I think we have a lot of people. We have a lot of some of the parts to be Klay Thompson instead of just wanting Ricochet, which I would like Ricochet to be. I understand it, and I agree with you. Yeah. But I think the way this team is built up is more sum of the parts. So it's like Caleb Houston today, who's a career 40% 3-point shooter, 41. Yeah. Bro, he was out there like 3, Didn't matter. As soon as and then with the new rule where you can't touch the player's hands when he's shooting, we're gonna have 150-point games because Steph Curry is gonna score 1,000 points if you can't even high five him when he shoots
what are
the
you
ball.
talking about? The Pacers put 160 on us last year. You talking about 150 like
without the rules? This well, they ain't got Tyrese, but they still gonna score 150. Like the shooters that we have, and you not being able to obstruct the shot,
that's the part.
It's scary.
I think that Chris Stapps is going to play himself onto the bench, and I think that's where he probably should be. But I don't know why they keep wanting to like. I think that number one, he creates stat balance of go, 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 go. So as soon as Trey's out of the ball game, you have another guy who you can kind of throw the ball to, and he can kind of just boogie.
Yeah. Yeah. But even with Chris Stapps starting, if I've noticed in the rotation when they do play that Okongwu still, if Chris Stapps play 25, what is it? 48 minutes of basketball? Yeah. Mm-hmm. If Chris Stapps play 20, 22, Okongwu play 24. Like they still splitting them.
I think that Okongwu deserves to start because of his tenure, and I think that he should play the lion's share of the minutes. I think
lion's share means what? 70%, 60%? Because right now he's at about 55% of the minutes.
I think it should be closer to 60-40. Especially if we're a team that's trying to. I do think that I know that this is important, but Chris Stapps being able and available in a weak Eastern Conference is going to be equally as important because you got to do your homework during the season for sure. And if you don't, they're going to crush you. But we also need to be looking to be something more than the annual play in and then get sent out home team. So I don't think that we'll be in the play in this time, but it will be really good for us to win a playoff series where it seems like we should be the favorite.
Yep. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that's our Hawk segment. We're second to last preseason game. I will be at the last preseason game where we will play Houston. Play Houston again, I think. Either Houston or Portland. I can't remember who we play. But I'll be at that game. I'm interested to see if they're going to play the starters. I'm interested to see if they'll actually allow them to play versus getting them rest and how long they'll play.